The marble floors of Evergreen Private Wealth were so shiny, I could see my own dusty reflection. I was wearing my work overalls, the ones with the faded knees, and carrying a beat-up leather satchel. I'd just come from the cattle auction. The vice president, a guy named Sterling, who looked like he'd been dipped in hair gel, didn't even let me reach the teller. He stepped out of his glass office, checking his gold watch with a look of pure boredom. "Sir, the Western Union is across the street," Sterling said, not even looking at my face. "We handle significant assets here. We don't do money orders." I adjusted my satchel. "I'm not here for a money order. I want to talk about the mortgage on the Miller farm." Sterling actually laughed. A dry, sharp sound that echoed in the quiet bank. "The Miller estate is a $12 million property. You look like you're here to mow the lawn, not buy the dirt." He turned to his assistant. "Tiffany, please show this gentleman the door. He's getting dust on the upholstery." I stayed calm. "I have the funds right here, Sterling. Just open the account." Sterling leaned over, his voice a venomous hiss. "Listen, Old MacDonald, people like you are a liability. You don't belong in a private wealth institution. Get out before I have the sheriff escort you back to the barn." I nodded, walked out, and sat on the bench across the street. I pulled out my phone and called my attorney. "Hey, Arthur, that acquisition we talked about? Do it. Now." 10 minutes later, the bank's main doors flew open. The regional director sprinted out, looking like he'd seen a ghost. He ran past Sterling, who was still smugly sipping coffee, and came straight to me on the bench. "Mr. Callahan, please. There's been a terrible mistake." Sterling followed him out, looking confused. "Director? What's going on?" "I was just removing this vagrant." The director turned on him, his face purple with rage. "Vagrant? Sterling, you idiot. This vagrant just bought 51% of our parent company's shares. He doesn't just own this branch, he basically owns your desk." The color drained from Sterling's face so fast I thought he might faint. He started trembling, his expensive coffee spilling onto his Italian shoes. I stood up, dusted off my overalls, and looked at Sterling. "You were right about one thing, Sterling. People like you are a liability." I looked at the director. "Clean out his office. I want a closed sign on his career by 5-page M." I walked back in, my dusty boots clicking on the marble. It's funny, the view from the top looks exactly the same, whether you're wearing a tuxedo or denim.